Remember, you can pause anytime you need. 可以随时按下暂停键。Make sure you have your tools ready.
Hello everyone. It is almost the springtime, so we are going to do something for spring. We are going to do 10 different flowers. Okay, so make sure you have your drawing paper and pencils, eraser. Okay, so I will going to do it with the markers so you can have a better look. Okay, and I wish you start with the pencils. So no one taking the markers, only I do. Okay, using the pencil first. The reason I use the marker so you can see more clear. Got it? Okay, so grab your pencils. We are going to do 10 flowers and they are all different. So we start with the bubbles, and the bubble is the size of the flowers. Okay, so 10 bubbles. Some bubble is big. Some bubble is small. Some bubble is the medium. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3. So I need 7 more bubbles. Okay, now go ahead. I want you to place your bubbles randomly. They don't have to be very organized. Okay. I want to have a different bubble with different size. Some could be very small. Okay, I want to place them randomly. So that's count how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got my 10 bubbles. Okay, that's way for you. That's give me 10 bubbles on your drawing paper. Okay, perfect. Again, I want to remind you, I use the marker to do it because you can see more clear. But I wish you start with the pencil. So when you make the mistake, you can erase them up. Okay, so pencils only, put your marker down. Okay, so that start to do our first flowers. So you can do it on any bubble you make. Okay, so I want you to start to do a small circle at the center of the paper. Okay, at the center of the paper, and double it. We got a ring. Okay, now I want you to do the paddle with an oval shape that we all can make, right? So let's see how many oval we can make. 1, 2, and they are the same size. See, I touched the circle from the rings and the bubble we made. So no paddle are smaller, so we make sure they are the same size. Almost finish our first ones. Almost finish our first ones. Okay, now we are doing our second flower, and they are almost the same but different. Okay, so again we are at the middle and we do the circle, and this time I'm not going to do the rings. So the first one we do the double circle, and this time I'm not going to do the double circle. I'm adding small bubbles around, very small, and around. Okay, and this time I want my paddle become more skinnier. Looks like the sausage. See, it's very skinnier, big and skinny. Okay, so around again from the middle to touch the circle, to touch the bubbles around. So keep going, rolling, one paddle by a time. One paddle by a time. Okay, we finished our second flower, and it is easy, but we have two different flowers now. Now the third one, we will do exactly the same thing, but it looks different. So again, a circle, and this time I just do a circle. No double rings, no small bubble. And this time I am going to make my paddle looks like a needle. They are even smaller. Okay, so let me change my markers. And you still focus on the pencil. Okay, so put your marker down. No one using the marker for now. Okay, so pencil only. Then you are going to make the paddle even smaller, like the needle. They are skinny, they are small, and they are touch the bubble. Okay, from the needle to the bubble. Okay, that's our third flower. And we are going to do our fourth. We are going to do the circles again. One. And I can have the second one like the rings. Adding the dots at the middle. So I'm doing the stippling. Okay, and this time I'm going to make my paddle looks different. So see, they are looks like the oval. They are smooth and round, right? And this time I want to do something like this. One curved line, two curved line, and you see my paddle become a little bit pointed. Okay, see, it's the round corner, it's a pointed corner. So again, one, two. Okay, so one, two, one, two, one, and two. Okay, and we got our third flowers. Now I'm going to teach you how to do the rows. So you have to look here very carefully. So we are not going to do the circle anymore. So I want you to find the middle, and a little bit higher, a curved line. You got it? Okay, now I'm going to do the curve down from the middle of the curve down and touch. It looks like a symbol of the typhoon. Okay, curve up, curve down. Okay, and double line, looks like there is a moon, and there's another moon under. Okay, making a circles, goes around. See, I circled two moon inside, but not too big. About the same, but not touch. Okay, and a moon again, one on the top, one at the bottom, around the oval we just made. Okay, now we are going to add in bunch of the waving line. The rose has many petals, and they looks like the layers. Okay, so see from here, wave and touch the bottom moon. So from the top moon, wave and touch the bottom moon. Okay, and one more time, we touch here the outside of the lines and wave and touch on the other curvy line. And we do that the same at the bottom. And the last one, one at the left, one on the right. We got our rose. So we're looking the rose from the top to the bottom. It's the bird eye view. Okay? Then we are going to do our 6 flowers. So this time I want to do the sunflower. Okay? So the sunflower, the middle, the circle is the seed. So it has a very, very big middle circle. So before we do the small circle, right? Now we are doing the big circle. Then I need to add the Greek. 1 straight, 2 straight, hands all the way to the ends here. Now we are adding the cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8, but maybe you can get more. Okay? Then we have the small bubbles around. Small, not too big. Then the paddle. The paddle is not that big. It's about the same size as we did for our second one. Okay? So we are going to add in the paddle around so it looks like a sun. So make sure your paddle is separate. Okay, they are one by one. Don't be rushed. Add in the paddle one by one. Okay. Then we have 4 left. So one of the flower looks like the butterflies. Okay. So it's a little bit tricky. So let's do it together. So all the flower we made, so except the rose, all the flower we made, we start with a circle, right? But this time I want you to start with some circles, not just one. There are a bunch of them. Look like the small rice. Okay, then it looks like the butterfly as I mentioned. So one wings and the second wings look like the boat type. So 1 and 2. Okay, then we will have the smaller one paddle behind these 2. And you will have some pattern on the paddle. It has some pattern. It looks like the dot. Okay, you can create the pattern by yourself or later. Okay, and we have 3 flower more. So we can have the circle with a heart shaped paddle. Right? So you can make it looks like a diamond shape if you want to. And we can have the flower hasn't opened yet. So we can have our flower hasn't opened yet. So it looks like this. Looks like the baby bamboo, right? So we have to write the letter Y in the middle. Okay, so again, you can change the shape of the paddle. Then you create a different flowers. So even the flower could look like the firework if you wish to have it. There are lots of the paddle with different size, different shape. Then you got different flower. So it's the dental lily, right? Okay, now I want you to start to think about the pattern of the flower and the background in between. For example, I want my petal looks like this. I want to decorate with the pattern. Okay, and the background, I got the stand, rolling stand, or the leaf. Even you want to add the bumblebee or the butterflies in between, okay? Or you want to add some small fairy. So all by your choice. You can now start to do your pattern of the flower, the backgrounds. Okay, so when you finish the background and detail, you can start to trace. So don't forget to use the thick, fine marker to trace somewhere big. Use the thin marker to trace somewhere small. If you don't have the thin marker, you can use the pencil crayon to trace the small area. Okay, now you can begin. When you finish tracing, don't forget to erase the pencil lines. Okay, so trace, then erase. Okay, that's put your pencil down and stand up. So we can move our body around, okay? So you can walk around in your home, you can look outside of the window, you can jump up and jump down, okay? You can drink some water, you can go to the washroom, you can have some snack, and don't forget you have to come back after, okay? So move your body and walk around and jump up twice and kneel down twice. You can turn your body, you can wave your hands and do some stretch.
Alright, so don't forget to come back. We have to complete our artwork.
Okay, so when you finish tracing and you clarify all the pencil line that we don't need it, then you can start to color. You can color with the pencil, crayon, or color markers. Okay, no one should rush. No one do the scribbling. You have to color your color nice and clean. Keep all the color inside the box. Keep all the small area has their own colors. Okay, good art always takes time, so no one do the scribbling. Okay, you can begin now.
Don't be rushed when you start to color, so keep all the colors smooth and neat and clean. So make sure there's no color outside the shape. Be patient. I know there are a lot of things to do, but it will look great when you are finished. So first make sure there's no white spots in between the color, and you keep all the color inside the shape that we just made together. And don't forget, you have to switch the color every time you need. Try to make your color looks very fancy and colorful. Don't be rushed. We are almost finished. We are the halfway of the finish. Okay? So working on it and do it nicely.
And when you start to color your green leaf, if you have, don't use just one green. So grab all the green color you have, whatever is the markers or pencil crayon. Try to grab all the green color you have, okay? And use them off. So use all the green color you have to color on your multiple leaf. Okay, not just one green color. Okay, sounds good. Now you can go ahead to color the green part.
Don't be rushed when you start to color. So keep all the colors smooth and neat and clean. So make sure there's no color outside the shape. Be patient. I know there are a lot of things to do, but it would look great when you are finished. So first make sure there's no white spots in between the color, and you keep all the color inside the shape that we just made together. And don't forget, you have to switch the color every time you need. Try to make your color looks very fancy and colorful. And that's it. Do you have more than 10 colors on your drawing paper? I wish you have more and more colors for your flowers, and you will turn very, very nice and pretty.
Okay, so when you're done your drawing, we are the artists. You have to find a spot to write down your name and the date.
When you complete your drawing, sign the name and write down the date. 完成画作之后，签下你的名字，跟写上日期。Don't forget to take a photo of your drawing and send it to us. 不要忘记帮你的作品拍上照片寄给我们哦。And don't forget to clean out the table before you go. 不要忘记清洁你的桌子哦。Bye bye, see you next time.